Welcome to this comprehensive interactive study guide on the musculoskeletal system for WJEC A-Level PE. In this session, we will break down the essential anatomical knowledge, biomechanical principles, and exam techniques required to achieve top marks. We'll start with the skeleton and joints, then move into planes and axes, muscle contractions, and finally work through a sample exam question. Let's get started. Let's start with the big picture. The musculoskeletal system is built on the skeleton, which comprises 206 bones that act as levers and provide attachment points for muscles. Key joints are synovial and allow specific movements, ball and socket joints offer multiplane motion, hinge joints work in one plane, and pivot joints enable rotation. All movements occur in one of three planes: sagittal, frontal, or transverse. Memorize these and their corresponding axes. Turning to our study notes, muscles create movement through contractions. In a concentric contraction, the muscle shortens as it develops tension, like the biceps brachii when lifting a weight in a bicep curl. In an eccentric contraction, the muscle lengthens while still under tension, controlling the lowering phase. Isometric contractions produce tension without any change in muscle length, such as holding a plank. Remember, the agonist is the primary muscle responsible for the movement, while the antagonist opposes it. These terms are essential for exam answers. Now let's go through the process of analyzing movement using planes and axes. Each plane is paired with a specific axis. The sagittal plane relates to the transverse axis, used for forward and backward movements like sprinting or a bicep curl. The frontal plane pairs with the sagittal axis for sideways movement such as a star jump. The transverse plane works with the longitudinal axis for rotational actions like a golf swing. When answering exam questions, always state the correct plane axis pairing and give a relevant sporting example. Let's work through a typical 6-mark question. The question asks to analyze the musculoskeletal actions during the lifting phase of a bicep curl. First, identify the joint. The elbow is a hinge joint, and the movement is flexion occurring in the sagittal plane around the transverse axis. Next, name the agonist, the biceps brachii, which undergoes a concentric contraction to lift the weight. The antagonist is the triceps brachii, which relaxes and is stretched. Don't forget to mention any fixator muscles, such as those around the shoulder. This structured approach ensures you cover all the marking points. Watch out for these common mistakes. Many students confuse the plane with the axis, for example, saying sagittal axis instead of transverse axis paired with the sagittal plane. Another frequent error is failing to name the contraction type. Simply saying the muscle contracts does not earn marks. You must specify whether it is concentric, eccentric, or isometric. Also, use precise anatomical language. Write a biceps brachii rather than just bicep, and triceps brachii rather than triceps. Following these tips will make your answers stand out to examiners. To wrap up, here is your revision synthesis. Remember, the skeleton provides framework and levers. Identify key bones at joints like femur, tibia at the knee. Know your synovial joints. Ball and socket allows all three planes, hinge allows one, pivot allows rotation. Pair planes and axes correctly, sagittal with transverse, frontal with sagittal, transverse with longitudinal. Distinguish between concentric, shortening, eccentric, lengthening, and isometric, static, contractions. Finally, always name the agonist and antagonist with precise anatomical terms. Use these points to analyze any sporting movement, and you will be well prepared for your exam. Good luck!